Peace to the gods and the goddesses. How you doing? My name is TheEarthSpeaks. I'm pretty new to YouTube. Dropped a few videos on here. I'm coming live. Normally I'm on TikTok dropping the science, but I need to start moving to the other platforms. So before we get started, I want to pay divine honors to the universe, divine honors to the sun, divine honors to our ancestors, and divine honors to our planet. Peace to the gods and the goddesses of our planet. Tonight, I want to get into a little bit of our origins. I want to make my position clear on our origins on this channel. What's good? Peace. Yeah, we're going to go in a little bit. I don't normally come on here, but I'm going to be doing a lot more work on YouTube. And I do have a Patreon right now and a Discord. What's up? Willie, what up, Sekhmet? So tonight, I'm just going to drop some science on you, for a quick little hour or so. And we want to talk about the origins of life itself. You see, when you're dealing with the origins of life, you can make up anything you want. And the people who have written the books, 95% of them are white people. So when you know 95% of the people who've written the books that we know today are white folks, then you can only lend certain credence to this material. See, because, peace to you. See, because they have an agenda. It's clear. If you unequivocally believe those books that they wrote, then that means that you believe what they're telling you today on your news station. And you know damn well they lying to you directly in your face while hiding the truth, kind of. It's a weird blend of fuckery. But they have used an out of Africa theory, right? Because what they want to do, peace to y'all, peace. Thanks for coming over. A lot of y'all know me from TikTok. I appreciate y'all. But what they want to do is they want to attach your origin to their origin. So when they say that human beings started in Africa, then what they're doing is they're saying that all of us come from Africa at the same time, which is preposterous. Yeah, they lying like a motherfucker. That's all they want to do is literally, if they don't lie, I mean, you gotta understand the thought process. There's many schools of thought on this planet. You see, is it a bad thing they think like that? Is it? Would you think like that? Ask yourself. You know that if you don't give yourself a one-up, you're probably going to go extinct on this planet. And that's a fact. If you don't, you're not going to be at the forefront of nothing. In their mind, it behooves them to give themselves the one-up. Because even with all the people that they count as white folks on this planet, as full-blown white people, let's get it. Yeah, man, TikTok ain't stopping nothing. We're about to start going in on this channel because really I need to start getting up my my YouTube stuff and my Discord and my Patreon and my Facebook. There's many other platforms we got to reach out to. And by the way, I do take all debates on this channel. any channel. I want to take on the best Pan-African minds on the planet. I don't want no people that barely have a presentation to even give me a challenge on, man, because let me tell you, on TikTok, we have ran out of challenges. We ran out of challenges on TikTok. Now it's a bunch of people in there that want me just to forfeit my channel. Basically, they're trying to egg me into a scrap with them that they can't win, but they'll win if I go into if I engage them, because they're gonna push it to a personal space to where I'm, where it's gonna, go somewhere else. And then what'll end up happening is I'll lose my channel. And that's what they want. They want to try to knock me off my square, but really we're just gonna use that channel to level it up. So back to our discussion though, right? They want your origins to be their origins. So they're going to tell you, you come from a monkey. You see? They're going to say you came from Lucy. You ever seen Lucy? Boy, if I could drop the receipts on here, can I drop a receipt on here? Top chat. Okay. Live chat, all messages are visible. Let's go there. All messages are visible. Okay. How do I? Okay, I can't get no. Can I not bring a? Okay, I guess I can't bring no receipts up on this. It don't matter because y'all already know I can spit this right from the top of the head. But it don't matter. So we'll figure out how to drop the receipts on there. We'll get that squared away. But when they talk about, when they say that's your origins come from Africa, because their origins come from Africa. See what I'm saying? Their origins don't go past Africa, civilization in Africa. And that's what you don't get. But that's the youngest civilization. See? Africa is the youngest civilization on the planet. That's why my name is The Earth Speaks. And I'm going to try to let the Earth speak tonight. And I'm going to show you how it speaks and how you can use the Earth to clearly show that we're not from Africa. They're from Africa. They got gene spliced. They was gene spliced from the African albino genome. That's a fact. It's a fact. This is not conjecture. This is a fact. You was gene spliced. Yes. The 6 genome sequence from the African albino genome sequence. Yeah. The 9 genome. Yes. I mean, these are facts. That's why we excel at everything. Not getting all into the human genome. We'll do a video on the human genome project, and I will show you how we are the R1 and the D. Go look that up, boss. We the R1 and the D, man. So go look that up. There's the matriarchal and the patriarchal line. So you can see. And those Johns right there, those lines was the lines that was found in the mummies. Before we keep it pushing. And by the way, melanated people are the only people to ever mummify their dead. So when they found mummies here, it need to give you pause, melanated people who think otherwise. You see what I'm saying? That's a fact. They still doing it today, our people. So now, when you know that they were gene spliced, we spliced the shit out of you in Africa, right? After we spliced the dog shit out you. Now let's be clear. Not only did we gene splice, but all the different hominids, Zinjanthropus, Homo erectus, and 200 other hominids they have, and all of these different other things, that is our attempts at splicing the genome, and we would leave the people there. We would leave them and see if they would do good, see if they would be able to learn how to do fire, and they see if they start becoming hunter-gatherers. We were trying to create another species of people. We did it with the African genome, but first we didn't. That was the last. Remember, I told you, Africa is the youngest nations on this planet, melanated nations on this planet. They haven't even established no land patent, none of that kind of stuff. Allodial title, they don't got, man, they ain't establishing none of that over there. None of the people, I'm saying. So remember, they are younger. They are younger. That landmass. So you look at Asia, we gene spliced them from our albino genome. From those tribes, the San. Yes, that is a fact. That is a fact. And you looking at, see, they say, oh, that graph that you have up there doesn't have anything to do with the blah, blah, blah. Yes, it does, my friend. Why would it have the 2 higher genome sequences over top of the 9 genome sequence and 2 underneath of it? Why would it have that? Why would that be there? Why would it be showing you the South Asian that is clearly the pyramid builder? Why? Why would it be doing? Why would it be doing that? Why? That don't make no goddamn sense. You see what I'm saying? So when these monkey motherfuckers want to tell you that you are from some dusty ass Africa, you ain't from there. First of all, that's number one. Number two, Africa, first of all, look, when you dealing with life itself, and they call us humans, but we're not humans. Well, that's a whole nother topic. Data humans, human. First of all, that's a patented product. But human, you being a human, that's you being of the humus. You were made up from the ground, right? Yeah, you are a human being, not a light being. You have none of this. Yes, Africa is the baby continent, man. It never had no, and they're calling that Kemet. What? The motherland? Listen to, there's a couple things that you need to be when you're calling yourself the motherland, right? The motherland, talking about the land, right? The land. What about the land is the mother over there? Tell me. Because out of the whole continent of Africa, there's only 16% of the whole continent that can produce crops to a full maturity, period. And only a fraction of that 16% gets the rain to support the crops to full maturity. So you're talking about like under 10% of the whole continent of Africa has the fertile soil. Because you know why? Because it lacks something called sulfur. You see? Africa, you lack sulfur. Nobody tells you that, right? But sulfur is one of the main building blocks of life itself, period. You can't have life on a major scale unless you have sulfur in the land, in the motherland, in the Kemet. In your Kemet, the black land, right? Let's be real. The black land, right? Also known as Kemet, right? The beginning of chemistry, right? Where does that begin? Where do you think it began? It began from you needing to eat. Huh? It began by you being able to, the need of you to have flowing surface water. Huh? Neither of which Africa has. Africa has the second to the lowest surface drinking water, second only to Oceania, who has 3% of the Earth's surface drinking water. And Africa has 9. And let me tell you something, buddy. You better not get you no big gulp of that, because you'll be fucked up forever. It'll fuck your life up. It'll change you. It'll change you forever. Boy, I triple dog. You African? Oh, yeah? You African? Okay, I'll tell you what you do. Take your ass, right? Gas up. Make sure you get all the gas in your petrol. Get all the fucking gas you can get. Gas your ass up. Take your ass back over to Africa, right? Take your ass over there. Get you a couple. Don't take no shots of nothing, because remember, that's the mother. Don't take no shots of shit. That's the mama, right? Take your ass and go over there and then drink, go to the nearest stream. Go to the nearest stream and take a big gulp. You ever went to 7-Eleven? You ever been over there? Okay. You seen the big gulp Jones, right? Big ass Slurpee shits. Take them. Get that motherfucker. Get a clear running waterfall. Beautiful water. Stick that cup underneath there and you go ahead and you drink that bitch all the way down. Drink it all the way. Drink the shit. Drink the fuck out of that glass. And then see what happens. Then you're going to see how African American you really are. When you are shitting your guts out, buddy. If you don't die, you're going to wish you was dead. You're going to wish you was out of here. Straight up. And that will change your genome forever. Because let me tell you something about malaria. Since they didn't go over there in Kentucky, in beautiful Kentucky, and you just listened to the bullshit, and you was a feeder fish, and you took your dumb ass over to Africa. You know what? Oh, man. You went over to Africa. Now that's the story of you. Ask the Africans why they don't got to take no shots to come over here. Why, Africans? Why don't you got to take shit to come here? Why? Because this the mother. Kemet, the black lands. If you flick a seed like that in the middle of New York City and it land in the crack of that asphalt, it's going to grow. You're going to get a plant without you even having to touch that motherfucker. In Africa, if you flick a seed like that, it's going to turn into a dust pebble. That motherfucker not going to do shit. He going to look at you like, I need maize, squash, and beans. Stat. Now, I need some water. He going to be sounding like my homeboy Julius's dad. You throw a seed down in there, he going to be, Julius. Shh, he going to be suffering. Right now, over in Africa, right now as we speak, because it's almost 12 o'clock at night over here, so over there it's a little bit early in the morning. They about to make a putty patty, mineral patties. It's some of them people is literally eating the dirt. They have learned how to take the minerals out the dirt. So I don't know, man. Yes. So now this then turned into, now these people, you know, they want you to think you African while they're taking people from here and bringing them to Africa. They've been doing that for years, but they don't never talk about it. They don't talk about how they brought people to Liberia. They don't talk about that 4 million people, because they took their names. You took their fucking names is what you did. You used Harriet Tubman's old ass to bring people down on that little train, John. Then you took them to the coast and you put them on a boat. You lying motherfucker. You a lying ass and your fucking feet stink. And you brought diseases here. They don't want to talk about that neither. Oh, in heaven, they want to tell you their Christian belief systems. Oh, in heaven, it ain't going to be no disease. What the fuck? We didn't have no diseases before you came in this motherfucker. You on the mother don't respect her right now talking about this, that, and the third. You bumped your motherfucking head. But here we go. Now, how, like I said, how is Africa Kemet? It's impossible. Impossible. You gotta, Kemet is the black land or the black earth. The terra preta. The terra preta, bruh. That's chemistry. That's the beginning of chemistry. The fuck these people been teaching people out here? That shit's over. That's why I triple dog dare any one of you Pan-Africans to come see me. I done called Dr. Umar out. I'll call every one of y'all. Any person out there right now that's on some we from Africa shit, bring that ass to the earth and come get that earth smoke. And when you come back to the earth gonna tell you where you been. Start learning about me again. Then you can know something. You think you smart, but you don't know shit. But I'll speak for the planet. Bring your ass down here, see what happened. I'm going to change your life. You ain't going to want to debate no more of these people like this here. You ain't going to definitely don't want to debate me no more. You're going to be thinking you getting jumped on by information. Come fucking with me. That's a fact. And don't jump on me and can't scrap either. You better have your receipts. You better have your receipts, dog. Because I'm going to embarrass you. I'm going to end your career if you don't. You better make it a good one. That's a fact. Now, chemistry. Chemistry comes from it's the beginning of chemistry is what they used to create the terra preta. Terra preta is also called the black earth, the black lands. Like they say, the black lands, because America is the black lands, boss. We was planting on here so motherfucking much that the whole thing is straight up fertile. We use something called the Milpa planting system. MILPA. 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 That's how we planted the Amazon rainforest also. Created the terra preta. By the way, the Amazon rainforest has 227 hyperdominant trees that created millions, over 14 million species of plants and trees in that forest. Also, you don't got to do nothing to that forest. Chemistry. Remember I said chemistry? That terra preta in that forest, right, makes its own microbiome. Chemistry. You don't have to water it, because it creates its own rain. Chemistry. Chemistry. Chemit. I don't know who the hell been teaching out here, but they're crazy. They're crazy. And it's over. And it's over. Triple dog dare any one of you. I don't care how big your name is. I don't know. I heard what's the name's the Pan-African. I didn't even know he's a Pan-African. I respect his content. But if you want to talk that Pan-African, brother polite. Brother polite, don't do it. I'm going to tell you, because you're very smart and I really respect your information, but I'm going to tell you something. Don't do it. But if you do, I think that would probably be the best program. Somebody go up there and tell you there's a new power on these platforms, boy. And it's the Atlantean mind. And I'm not playing no games. Trust me. You better bring it or you will get embarrassed. Now, chemistry, right? How in the hell could Africa be chemistry? How? What chemistry is working over there? Tell me. What is there the milpa over there? Yes, milpa planting system. That's right. Yeah, you go to your cousins, the ones, all your cousins, all your nieces, nephew, your uncles, because it's mostly the old heads that want to stay in that pro black and proud, man, wear dashikis and all that shit. Man, we ain't never wear that shit. They wear that shit because they got a lack of clothes. Because you get your shit from Switzerland. And the Swiss get their shit from us. I know they didn't go up there and tell you none of this type shit, man. I know they don't feel like telling you that. But yeah. So where in Africa are they doing the milpa planting system? Please, somebody tell me. Where in Africa are they doing the milpa planting system? Where? The Three Sisters is called. The beginning of chemistry. No, that ain't the beginning of chemistry. Huh? Yeah, it is. In fact, the oldest forest on the planet, peace to the God, the oldest forest on the planet is a fossil forest. And it's located in Cairo, New York. Yeah, I know you wanted to say, I know. Yeah. It's like an hour or so right down the road from where they call Timbuktu. Go do the research on that, Pan-Africans. Because that's where they say the Mandinka come from. Timbuktu. And when I spoke to the elder that had family members that was up in Timbuktu, they say that the Mandinka got their asses kicked out of here because they was trying to take over the world when the dark cycle came. When the first dark cycle came here. Yeah, man, yeah. When the dark cycle, we're coming out the dark cycle right now. Your pineal gland reads the light and dark cycle of the universe. That's what your pineal gland does. It's the seat of the soul. Light and dark cycle. Light, dark. Light and dark cycle. Right? They try to take over and when the consciousness dropped. They was the blood sacrificers. The Mandinka. Yeah. Oh, what are you talking about? Timbuktu is in West Africa, our Earth speaks. You just really. You're right. The modern day Timbuktu is in Africa. But this is one thing you forgot. The Mandinka's in Africa now, right? And that's where Timbuktu is right now, in West Africa, right? But what you don't know is that the Mandinka, right, migrated to West Africa in the 1300s in the Great Mandinka Migration. They don't never want to tell you that. Why don't these Pan-Africans tell you that? Ask yourself, man. Why don't these Pan-Africans ever tell you that? That they migrated into West Africa, the Mandinka tribes. When were they going to tell you that? The Great Mandinka Migration was in the 1300s. That's a fact. Oh my God. Oh my God. They lie like a motherfucker out here. As a matter of fact, Africa, yeah, man. If you look, you don't gotta believe me. Go know some shit. How about that? Go look it the fuck up. And that's the problem, because people want to worry about what you believe. And I'm gonna tell you something right now. If you believe anything, you a fucking fool. You a full-blown dumbass. You a feeder fish. You know when you go drop the little food at the top of the fish tank and you be up there. And you start swimming around. You start swimming. It's a lot of feeder fish out here, man. I'm still at the bottom sitting in the cave when I see them drop the shit up there. Motherfuckers ain't shit. I'm gonna eat one of you motherfuckers when you come down from eating up there. You'll be fat and lazy. As soon as you get the itis, wear your ass out. Anyway. But yes, the Mandinka migrations was in the 1300s. All the African tribes got migration stories, Bantu included. Yeah, you Bantu. You got a migration story too, boss. You migrating out of Cameroon, all of this other shit. Get out of here, dog. No, you didn't do that. You're a lying ass. You migrated too. Yeah, Bantu got a migration story. Guess what? Maya, they don't have no migration story. Their migration story, ain't no migration story to there. Ain't no migration story. The Tuttle Sheep, who you know was the Olmec, ain't no migration story, dog. The migration story that you hear from the Olmec is you hear them coming from Chiapas, which is at the bottom of the Yucatan, and they migrate up into Mayapan, what they called back then Mayapan. Mayapan is at the tip of Yucatan. So here go Yucatan, here go the form of the Yucatan like this, right? And then you got, you know, Mexico, North America, and then South America, and then Yucatan, right? Right? Sacred geometry shape, showing where the sacred geometry shape of Ma comes from. It comes from the Yucatan. It's the Yucatan Peninsula. It is the shape of the Yucatan Peninsula. And when you look at the whole Yucatan Peninsula and you look right next to it by Chiapas, you'll see it looks like an X, symbolizing the X and the I. The Yucatan, the full Yucatan looks like an I, and the X where Chiapas is, it looks like an X. That's what the name of the Olmec is. The she, XI. Man, you better go over there and look. They ain't from no bullshit ass West Africa. You a lying ass. That was a lie. You could not help from telling that. You see? But that's the only migration. They call these lands Maya. Yes, oldest. Yeah, yeah. Everything is here in ancient Americas. That's right. Oldest soils. The rocks are here are older. The rocks, literally. The stones are older than anywhere else. Knowledge is power. Oldest pyramids known to mankind. Mounds. Yeah, that's right. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. That's right. Yes, they outdate those pyramids. Yes, they do. So, not to mention, speaking of pyramids, the Americas, let me be clear, the Americas have more pyramids than the rest of the world combined. We have more than 10 times the amount of pyramids than Africa does. We have 10 times the amount. More pyramids than the rest of the world combined. Altogether, the rest of the world, all of their pyramids combined, does not even add up to the fraction, not even a quarter of our pyramids. So Asia got 40 pyramids. Africa got like 300 or something. Not even. What's the question? We got a question? Yeah, because I get tired of these people keep on acting like you want to skip over all this bullshit. You the same person. You like those people who be asking the president questions and shit. They got to throw him lob balls up there. His bitch ass. He got him all with his little cue card. Yeah, she's gonna ask you this, and he's gonna ask you that, so you can go to anyone you want because we're all in it together. It's us against them. Those people used to be, part of our class of people. Now they're part of their class of people. Now they get paid to throw softball pitches up there. Here you go, man. Underhand this thing to you, man. I ain't gonna ask you no hard questions at all. And if I do, you just say, man, you got to ask the Secretary of Defense. It's like, it's that same old bullshit. Spin you. They're gonna spin you. But they're going to spin you. So you think that they spinning your dumb ass right now on the TV. They keep on switching them out. They're going to switch out because they know that the people get tired of the motherfucker quick. You get tired of your ass quick. So they had the one lady with the red hair. It's stone cold vampire. Stone cold vampire. Like there's levels to whiteness. Right? You know what I'm saying? It's levels to whiteness, man. It's regular white and then there's LED white. Motherfucker, you glowing in the fucking dark out here. For educational purposes only, of course. But you glowing in the motherfucking dark. You look like you need a pint of blood. You look like you lost a full pint, 2 pints of blood. You just, for real. Like you could go and take a picture and wipe it on your skin and stick it right to the fucking wall. You so pasty. You can't climb right out of a jar of paste. Yeah, because they be fucking with me. They fuck with me over on TikTok. I cannot say shit. I literally said, oh, what are you, a blood sacrificer? I asked the one dude, what are you, fucking blood sacrificer? But I didn't say fucking. I said, what are you, a blood sacrificer? I said, man, you incarnating hellish beings among people out here. Took my shit right out. Because they ain't shit. You ain't shit. TikTok. Motherfucking lizard. Bunch of lizards. Straight up. Bloodsucker. Flood-pucking, blood-sucking motherfucker. You ain't shit, your family ain't shit. And the rest of y'all people y'all hang with ain't shit. Oh, no, I ain't like them, man. Yeah, bullshit. Bullshit. You just like these colonizers, Fray Diego de Landa. He came up in this motherfucker, was like, acted like he was Fray Diego de Landa. He was the bishop the Pope sent here to destroy all our shit with the cross underneath. Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, man, I love your, that's what he did. He came in, he's like, man, I love what you guys done with the place, man. I love your culture. It's beautiful. He did that for like 3 years. Oh, man, I love your culture so much. Next thing you know, public floggings. Whooping your ass. Oh, you better have the gold or I'm cutting your fucking hands up. Go find the gold. They ain't tell you that shit. They said, oh, no, we didn't want to do this. Like when they was talking about, when Francisco Hernandez de Cordoba comes here, he's like, oh, well, I didn't want to fight them, but we were coming over there to procure slaves for the copper mines in Cuba. Oh, really? You dirty motherfucker. They wasn't going back to no Africa. I was on TikTok and these motherfucking these white colonizers, like offspring of the colonizer, they look like white Mexican people. He's like, what? The people are still down here that are the Maya. The Maya are still down here, and the Olmec, they're still down here. They don't look like, they're not black. I'm like, you piece of shit. You piece of shit. You ain't shit, bro. Because we know for a fact, that it was wiped out for at least 50 years. Wiped out clean. There wasn't nobody down there. No one. Malaria hit that motherfucking place like a goddamn atom bomb. Like a fucking nuke. Killed hundreds of millions of people. No? Let me tell you something. Since we're talking about, they want us to think we are not from America so they can steal the land. Yeah, so if you leave off this land and you die, they're going to motherfucking take your fucking name and they're going to land patent trace that bitch all the way back and take your land. That's why they want to tell you you're from Africa. Anyway, you let fucking dumbass Dr. Umar tell you that shit. He's getting paid by all the white people around here. And he was in Juneteenth. Shit, he was at every Juneteenth. He was in New York City talking about my New York Africans. Well, you must be talking about the Ghana motherfuckers that live out here. And here they came. Ghana motherfuckers came around the corner. Oh, the motherfuckers they still wearing Ghana shit out here. Oh, why are you wearing Ghana shit out here? Huh? I know your feet is hurting. I know your feet is burning. Middle of the summer, you ain't got no sneakers on. You better put a motherfucking shoe on. You and me in London. I'm just saying, man, I ain't trying to offend nobody, but hey, man, we don't wear that shit over here, man. We wear the hoodies. You see this right here? This is the stuff we like to wear. Like, and you look in the Egyptian Johns. That's what our Johns. That's what we was wearing, and we had our hair back in the John like this. We had our hair back, our locks. They went back, and that's why you seen it hanging over top of the John like that, because we was wearing locks, brother. We was wearing locks, my good brother. Africans can't grow no fucking locks. The fuck? I've been a barber for almost 30 years professionally. It's a fact. I've had many African clients. It's only a couple of them that can grow a real afro. They be growing that motherfucker for a goddamn year, and that motherfucker only get to like this. Growing for a full-blown year, and your shit get like this. That's a fact. They don't get no beards. They don't have no afro. They can't have no pashi. It's not even called an afro. It's called a pashi. You can't get no pashi. Africans don't have pashi. They don't have no afro. Tell me one African motherfucker you know got afro. You don't know none. And if you do, it's like one or two. But on the mainstay of Africans, they ain't got no afros, man. And locks is dirty to them. So how's this Africans? Tell me. Yes, the Amazon is sustainable for infinity. Yes. In fact, our foods revolutionized the rest of the world. Revolutionized the rest of the world. Period. Period. Point blank, period. Yes. Now, after you get our crops in 1492, before 1492, let me go slow and make sure I get all of them. You didn't have pumpkins, peppers, squash, wild rice, maize, chocolate, vanilla, papayas, pineapples, peanuts. You didn't have shit. You couldn't eat a fucking peanut. You couldn't even get you a PB and motherfucking J. You couldn't even put hot sauce on your fucking chicken, cuz. Talking about everything come from you. You ain't even never had hot sauce on your shit. You never had a piece of fucking cornbread, my man. You never even had a piece of cornbread, cousin. You never had no chocolate. You never had vanilla either, so you could have never baked a cake. You couldn't even bake your kids a cake, my. In fact, after you got our crops, because your populations was dwindling, y'all was starving. The Europeans, Asians, and the Africans, y'all was about to go extinct. You caught bubonic plague, killed 200 million people. Yellow fever killed umpteen million people, still killing motherfuckers today. Yellow fever killed half the people born to the motherfucking planet. We didn't have malaria until the 1500s. We ain't had no bubonic plague. We ain't had none of that shit till y'all came here. So y'all populations is dwindling. After you get our crops, your population starts booming like crazy. The runaway population growth. No, we ain't have none of that shit. Yeah, smallpox, they had all that shit. We ain't had none of that. That's another way you know they wasn't bringing no Africans here. Because they had all that bullshit. And they wasn't trying to decimate the Jones, and they know that's what happened. But after they got our crops, their population started booming to where it is today. Facts. Look, watch. Watch this. Why did the population started booming around the world in the 1500s? Why did the population boom in the 1500s around the world?
According to New Internationalist, one reason was food. New crops that had come from the Americas to Asia and Europe during the 16th century contributed to population growth on these continents.
Huh? Oh, you thought I was bullshitting. So that symbolizes a couple things. Tells you a couple things. It clearly tells you that the argument is over. See? Argument's over right there. The earth spoke. Why you need somebody else to teach you? Why? That's not enough for you? The earth just spoke to you and told you. Who's the mama? You started getting milk from the mommy again, didn't you, little baby? What happened when you got that milk? It was your medicine? Yeah, that's what milk does. Breast milk. It's medicine too. It's not just food. Right? That tells you right there that if your population started booming after you got our food, it tells you that our populations here were greater than anywhere else on the planet. We had more melanated people here than anywhere on the planet. Now they brought white people here to try to get them to thrive like that, is what they did. And they have. Their populations boomed here. And that's what they're trying to do. They want you to go back over Africa so they can cut your food source off, and now you're going to slowly die. Right? So it shows you that you are not the motherland. You don't got no food and you don't got no water. We had to save your filthy life, addict. We had to save your filthy life, and we still doing it today, hundreds of years later. Because you was bony and you needed some trays up underneath your belt. So we dropped y'all a care package. And you still turning around saying we get all the shit from you. You get the food from us, you get the culture from us, you get everything you do from us. Nobody else goes by these people. You go by us. You go by what we do, just like the white people go by what we do. And they marveling at our pyramids that we built. We built them. So-called African-American people built that shit. Built all of it. Everything around the world. All those pyramids, we built them. Every one. You got to have the 15 genome sequence to even have the activation to even go there, dog. You can't be the 9 genome sequence and even have the activation to go there, dog. There's some of the Africans that retain that 15 genome sequence. That's why you'll see some people in their populations that'll come out of their populations and they'll be in tune that way. But not many. Not many. It's that consciousness going to come from these lands again. The pyramid building, it ain't going to start in Africa. Like the knowledge of it. No, it ain't. That's a fact. Now, like I said, Africa ain't nobody's mother. That's the father of the world, period. Each landmass on its own is a different organ. The planet is a body, is a full living being. It's not just some thing you walking around on, man. Marcos, if you want to come up here, you come on up here and let's go ahead and go ahead. I'll let you drop your little sources. If you want to come on up, you come on up, boss. You come on up, buddy. Or we can set up the debate anytime you want, buddy. Anytime you feel like it. Marcos Chaz, you come on. Set it up. Set up the debate, buddy. That's just my game. That's just my game. Let's go. Well, what's up? When you want to go. When you want to go. I would, man, boy, shoot. You don't trust yourself, though, Marcos. You don't even got a picture of yourself up there, man. I'm speaking nonsense? What? Okay. Am I speaking nonsense? What do we go by that Africa has? Because right now they say that the mother where everything comes from is the Mesopotamia area, the Fertile Crescent. That's where they say everything's from. That's what they say, right? But let me ask you a question. Mesopotamia, what fruits and vegetables I'm talking food, plants, plant foods. What plant foods do we get out of Mesopotamia today that sustains life on the planet? Mr. Marcos? Don't hide him. Don't hide him. Let him stay in. Let him stay in. We need at least one bot in here and make it feel normal. But what plant food comes out of there that sustains the rest of the planet? Tell me. I would love to know. What plant food comes out of Africa that sustains the rest of the planet? What? Yams? Ha! Yams? Huh? If that's the mother, why are we bringing soil from here over there? Why? Why, Mr. Colonizer Mindframe guy? Colonizer Mindframe dude. I don't even know your real name, so I'll just call you that. I hope you don't mind. Colonizer Mindframe dude. Z Energy around the what up, Z Energy? Yeah, so man, listen, man. Some of the people know, some of the people don't know. Set up the debate with that dude Marco. Let's go. Our people love the entertainment. We're going to get it on. My channel is dedicated to that. We ain't going to be shooting each other in the street and all that bullshit and all that. We're going to have a healthy forum of debate where we can challenge each other's minds. And no matter what, we all going to be learning different information, even if you're a pan-African, right? And you start talking about the information about Africa. We still learn about Africa. So it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. Yeah, we going by now. With this WWF is fake. This is real as it gets. Literally. I'm going to be making history on their asses. If you come up here, I promise you, I will motherfucking make history on your ass. I'm not only going to embarrass you in a way that you just ain't going to be able to fathom, but I'm going to literally make history in front of everyone. Right on the debate, right then and there. I'll show you everything, boss. Real deal, Holyfield. See, the people that know my channel from TikTok, they know that I'm not playing. I literally made history on that channel a couple different times in a couple different ways. I showed that that's not a pine cone. In the Sumerian tablets, I showed it. I read, I literally deciphered the Sumerian hieroglyphic. No books, nobody's nothing. just my own Akashic record. And I show unequivocally that what I'm saying is real. Yeah, I sure did. And if you try to debate me, I will literally, that's the diamond in the back. I will drop that shit on you so hard, bro. Literally, that joint is, nobody else has ever done it. Yes, all the archaeologists call that a pine cone, but I proved that that is the milpa planting system. I proved it. The milpa planting system. That's Maisie's holding. Who the challenger, family? He ain't ready. Oh hell no, he ain't ready. That's what I'm saying, Bob. Let's might as well just go through the gears at least. See if we still got it. You know what I mean? Trust me, my mans, you ain't ready. I'll tell you what you do. Go get Dr. Umar or somebody, man. Go get one of the good Pan-Africans, Sutton Seti or something. One of the good ones that got good information. You ain't even gonna be a challenge. That won't even be a challenge. I'll literally make you the department head of the mop closet. DH mop closet. That's what they'll call you. No, YouTube ain't ready. That's why I'm on here. You going, but to get out, hey, the information get born. Feel me? And last time I checked, when something ready to get born, it don't have no time clock. It don't. It'll never be. It ain't. You're never ready. You ever had a baby before? You ever had kids before? When you first had a baby, you wasn't ready, was you? No, you wasn't ready. You wasn't ready. But that baby came, didn't it? Even though you wasn't ready. Boy, huh? Yeah. That baby still came. Wore your ass out in profound ways. And that information is just like a baby, just like a little baby. When it come out and it's birthed, ain't no going back up in there. You got to grow now. You're going to have to grow. Whether you say nah or not. Because a lot of y'all's evidence to the contrary, because a lot of y'all, the information that I'm going to bring up, you never heard that shit before. You never in your life heard no shit like that in your life. So it's like, damn, that shit he sound crazy. But in a world full of lies, the truth sounds crazy. The truth sounds nuts, man. Because ain't nothing you know is the truth. Everything you know, deep-rooted knowledge that you went to school for and paid for is bullshit. I hate to break to you, your whole life's fucking in shambles. No, I'm not fucking with you. But that's a problem, man. People don't want to think that their whole life has been a lie. Everything that they even thought of doing and achieving has been full of shit. Because they don't show you how to use your Akashic record to do anything, because they don't have one. See, because they was come from the monkeys. You got a better chance saying to me, like, I would entertain it if you was like, yo, we come from the fish. If you said that, then I would be like, that's a possibility. I could not argue you that. I could not say, no, we don't. I couldn't say that. But if you talk about some motherfucking monkey, man, you done tripped over a sunflower seed and bumped your fucking head on a now later. A green now later. Y'all was picturing the green now later that he bumped his head on, wasn't you? Yeah, because that's the one I was picturing, the apple now later. You must have bumped your fucking head on an apple now later out this motherfucker, man. Wait, do they got now laters in Africa? I don't think so. But the Africa, like I said, is the father. Excuse me. Is the father of the world. What the hell are you talking about, Herb? What the fuck is the father? What the? Now you're just talking out your ass and all this other shit. No, there's organs, different organs to the planet. Africa is the minerals. It's the land of the minerals. The Sudanese dust storms, they call them dust storms, but they're really mineral storms. And those minerals provide all the minerals to all the ocean around the world and to all the forest around the world. That's a fact. Set that debate up, Sekhmet. Y'all, man, hey, man, pay homage to Sekhmet in here, man. She put all this stuff together for the earth, man, because trust me, she already know I done threw shit. There's holes in the wall from, I was throwing shit, trying to set up these platforms. I done checked out a few times. I'm a light being, man, like fully. And my light being, I'm going to tell you, my light being does not like AI, doesn't like the AI. I don't know. It literally gets like, makes my avatar mad. And I don't want to feel like that. So thank the energy and the universe for Sekhmet, because I wouldn't have a lot of this stuff ready to go for the people without her. And that's just the fact. So shout out to you, Sekhmet. So anyway, back to busting their ass. Who wants the earth smoke? I want the best minds on the planet. Then I'm going to go ahead and run on through them. And then I'm going to go back into my studies, man, because this ain't even about me, because I can't take credit for none of this information. It is the ancestors speaking through me. It literally, I cannot take credit for this. I refuse to do it because I know my mind was blown just as bad as yours is. Just as bad as yours is. When you hear this information, you never heard it before, because some of y'all have heard this information up on here because y'all follow me from TikTok. But when you hear this information, literally, it blows your fucking mind. It blows your fucking mind. You know how many? I broke this phone. I broke this. Learning this stuff. Them showing me. They don't make me go through the disinformation. Literally. I'm gonna tell you how to do it. What happened, right? Is that's something. You ever been locked up before? I've been locked up before. You know, they get a lot of our people with the bullshit. But I was on bullshit when I was a kid, man, because I ain't had no direction, you know? We don't know. You know, I was one of the kids without a last name. I ain't had no dad. Your dad instills the last name into you. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm into whatever I'm into, when I come up out of that, I start remembering what I knew, right? And what I remembered was when I was in booking and receiving, right? You've ever been in booking and receiving before? Yeah, well, I've been in booking and receiving before, right? And what they do is they take you in there, they take you out the shackle, then they go fingerprint you and all of this shit, and you're going through it because you're already stressing about it for the reason why you even came here to begin with, right? Now they take you and they put you in this room, and there's 50 other motherfuckers in the room, right? And there's everybody got a spot sitting down in this one little spot over in that little corner over there. It looked like a dusty ass spot, but you can't stand in the middle of the room. So you go get that spot. You sit down in that spot. As soon as you sit down in that spot, first thing in your head comes to, something told me I shouldn't have went over there. Something told me I should have went left instead of right. Something told me I should have stayed the fuck home. Something told me that. Yes, but I didn't do what that something told me. See, that's what they will. They try to get your focus off of that something, because that is your power. Something. What do you call it now? What are you going to start calling it? Because this is what I started doing. I'm going to tell you what worked for me. Is I stopped calling it something. And I started recognizing that that's actually me. That's actually me telling myself from my other lives, because I've been through it before. And it's telling me. So now, instead of it just telling me, now I start listening to it unequivocally. If it says go left, I go left unequivocally. I don't care, down to the minutest little things. Then I don't only start listening to it, I start using it. And I say, bring me to this. This is what I want. Then you start thinking, nah, I don't want nothing. Because that's a state of wanting. Then you say, I will have it. I will have it. You see? What's Superman dad say? Because they know they're talking about you, right? They had some white dude and they're getting powered by the sun. I don't know. And that's a head scratcher. But anyway, he's talking about you. But what did his dad say? Because it means this is he talking to you. What did his dad tell him when he went back? He was a kid, right? And he went back to that ship that was in the ice. And he was like, at the end, he was like, but I got all these powers. What, like, but they're like crazy and I don't know what to do. And he said, like, what do I do? And he said, use them. You got to use them more. You got to use it. And that's what I would tell you. You need to use your powers more. Something. Use it. Listen at all times to that. And even if something that you perceive goes wrong, say, right? Take it right. Take it right. You don't have to take it wrong. You could take everything wrong if you want. You know that, right? If you'd like to be mad, if you'd like to be angry, or you can have the experience. And not just that, but you can find, if you take it right, you can find what's right. You know what I'm saying? You can find something wrong in everything. You can find something wrong in me if you want to. I can find something wrong in you, but I don't feel like it. I want to find something right. That's it. Because I'm the light, and I don't want to go. I don't even want to care about the dark. The dark got to leave when I come. When I come here, the dark got to go. When more light comes, when you join me, even more dark got to go. Right? When more light comes, the dark got to flee. When more dark comes, does the light got to go somewhere? No. Look out at that star out there, right? That light right there. Some of them are small, right? Small lights, right? Surrounded by darkness. That's you. Small little lights. Some of them are bright lights, right? But the small lights control the light that they, as much light as they are, right? And the dark surrounds them. But the bigger stars shine bright, and the dark that's around the little star ain't around that star. It gotta go. Gotta flee. Yeah. And that's real. That's what's real about this. That's the cosmic knowledge. I wasn't trying to take you there tonight because we'll get into some cosmic knowledge. We'll get into the emerald tablets and things like that. And although I do respect Bill Carson's knowledge on some levels, there are a few discrepancies in what he's saying. So, and I have the receipts. I am the receipt holder of my people. And you will grow to know, YouTube, that I am the information and that you can't bargain with me. You can't buy me. Because I'm going to use that money to make my people strong. I'm uncontrollable. Don't try to control me. That's what TikTok tried to do. But here we go. Streamlabs. We got Streamlabs. We're on that platform now. That means we can connect to this platform, Facebook, and the other platforms all at one time. We're going to go ahead and run this on up to the ceiling. And we are going to drop crazy knowledge on here. We're going to figure out how we can get the receipts dropped in here too. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream at this time. And I appreciate everybody coming in, checking me out. I'll be going on this stream 7 p.m. We're going to be doing live streams on here 7 p.m. My normal time on TikTok, 7 p.m. So for the people that don't know, go join my Patreon. We will be moving that Patreon to the Discord. So join both. You might as well join both. But we're going to be moving Patreon next month to the Discord. Not this month. Because what we found is Discord has more better options, and plus you guys can participate. Plus we can hold live debates right there. They got debate rooms in there, everything. So what's up? You want the live debate? You can go screen to screen. We got a whole debate room. What's up? Anybody in our population? Look, but this is the thing with our moderators, right? Because we're going to be empowering some of the moderators. Do not block the people who we have to let them speak. We have to let them have they think I'm speaking nonsense. Okay, you have to let them say it. You got to let them say whatever they want to say. That's fine. Because we don't want all the, we want to have some of the information plays devil's advocate. We want other information. There's many schools of thought on this planet, and we want to tap into all of them. You know what I mean? I don't want to leave anybody out. This platform is for all of our people. And this is where, even if, because that could leave them frustrated. You know what I mean? Like if they didn't feel like they got it off, you know what I mean? Let them get it off. Let them get it off. Yes. We're going to be doing the debates. And as far as anybody in here, if you're a Pan-African, that's another thing. The people who's in here, If you are a Pan-African and you just believe we from Africa, and you know people on YouTube that may want to debate that topic with me, you set that, let them know that I got smoke with them. You let them know that. Let them know I have smoke with you. Yo, Earth got that smoke for you. Let them know. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta be a Patreon subscriber to go to my Discord right now. Soon you'll just be able to subscribe to the Discord, and then we'll just ride out from there. But yeah, we try to keep a lot of the bots out of there. But you know, if you're a genuine person, you might be Pan-African, you're welcome to follow me. We have live debates over there in the Discord. You come over there. Bring your ass over there. And you, if you want to debate me, you can debate me. Or you can just call out somebody that you want, and then I'll do a video for you, and I'll put it up there calling that motherfucker out. That's how we doing it, man, because we don't need no more shooting in the street. We don't need none of that. And it's a lot of this got to do with just on words. Like words, man, will create your reality. And at the end of the day, it's because of a lack of knowledge why all this shit is happening. You don't know yourself. So you find it evil in everything. You don't even know yourself, and it's fucking with you. Literally. You have no direction. I was that kid. I'm lucky to be here. I'm lucky to be alive. Y'all don't realize. Like, my brothers is gone. Like, I grew up with a bunch of brothers, man. They gone. Hear me? So I live that shit. I'm serious. So I'm thankful for everything. You know what I mean? And I'm doing my purpose. So that's, you know, and that is to wake up the gods and the goddesses of this universe, period. Consciousness. That's why I said you can't bargain with me. How you gonna bargain with me? How you gonna bargain with me? What you got to bargain with? Consciousness? I don't think so. I don't think you got a whole box of consciousness back there. I don't think you do. So that's my currency. Everything else, your little money thing, I use that to go get my consciousness. I trade it for that. Even when I got donations and gifts on TikTok, I got like $600 on there. I made 2 trips out of that. I took a New York trip and went to the New York Museum for the day, the Brooklyn Museum. And as soon as I walked in there, seen a Naga John coming up the steps. When I walked around the corner, I see 6 Sumerian hieroglyphic depictions, the big Johns. I don't know, had to be 8 feet. They was huge. Now I'm 6'4", so they stood over top of me. See what I'm saying? So, and I deciphered them. I showed that there's not just them bags. The dude who had the bags, I showed how to read those bags, and I showed man, listen, go join the Discord, because a lot of this stuff the ancestors want me to keep private, and I'm going to respect their wishes for the people who this is actually for, man. So I don't want the people I'm not supposed to teach in that Discord. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. The people who may be Pan-African now, or have these different ideologies that they have laid there for you, if you are genuine and you are a genuine truth seeker and you really want to know, then you'll come to the Discord. It's not expensive. It's like $5 or something for the regular subscription or something. It's nothing. Come on in there. It's a pack of blunts, man. Pack of blunts. Come on in there, man. You're gonna get a lot of information you can give back to your children. You know what I'm saying? I know I'll be fucking around on here. and all that kind of shit. But I got content that's made for kids too on my channel, on my TikTok. I got plenty. I got a whole year's worth of content on there. There's, I got my own son on there. Seriously. So, yeah. But with that, man, I appreciate you. No, what about Dr. Tanner? What about him? See, that's why I'm going to set this thing up where we can bring up guests. You know what I mean? I want to be able to talk to you. Pin, remove, as a moderator. Remove. Okay. What about him? I know who he is, though. Young Zeta. Okay, what about him? Yeah, I heard. I know who he is. I just said I know who he is. What happened? What about him? I went into his live stream the other day. I'll say that. I did go onto his live stream. He knows who I am. Yeah, okay. Exactly. And I spoke to him about that. I didn't really give him a chance to speak, though. Because really, that's a whole fallacy of bullshit. What he not telling you, right? What he not telling you is this whole thing is going to the social credit system. He not telling you that. Oh, I'm gonna go buy you this house and I'm gonna buy you that house and I'm gonna make it look like this is happening. But them houses are about to crash. The housing market's about to crash. Why ain't he telling you that? Then when the housing market crashes, those homes, right? Your equity's going. But now that that we're in the Fed now, right now, like cash, they're gonna try to get cash all the way out the system, and it's gonna be all Fed now. You know that, right? So that means Fed now means it's not just going to a cashless system, and people don't realize that means debt forgiveness also. Debt forgiveness. That means if you own a home mortgage, right? That means that you no longer own that mortgage. The banks go into foreclosure and they get consolidated by the federal government. Yes. Now, when the money changes, which it just did, right? When the money change, happy Independence Day, by the way. When the money changes, which it just did, your contract, your mortgage is null and void. You better go look at the fine print. That's what homeboy not telling you. You see? Plus, what will happen is the equity that you do have left in that home, because you do own stake in the home. That's it. That equity will go into the social credit score, be added to your social credit score as savings, and you will have to spend 10% of that savings every month until it's gone, because social credit does not roll over. It renews every month. So also, if they do a pandemic, then your money doesn't go past a certain mileage. Man, you better realize what you're talking about. And this dude is not saying none of that shit. He's saying, oh man, I'm gonna go become president. Like becoming president, like the president actually runs shit. The president don't run nothing, man. You haven't come to one spiritual leader, one anybody in our community either. He's never reached out or supported any of our community. I see the people that he got in his own thing that he has signed up that be like dick eating and shit like that. I see that, but I ain't never seen you go to nobody, man. I never seen you. You're on TikTok. You see me on there. You see other creators on there. There's a lot of representatives of our people on this platform. You haven't come to anybody with anything like that's a real plan of action for our people. You being the president sounds like you try to get people, show people you're doing this for these people, and then now that's to make my shit stand. Nah, bro. Shit don't work like that, my man. You ain't been involved for real out here. You ain't raising the consciousness of nobody, man. Yeah, they trying to go into the Hunger Games. Exactly. Motherfuckers better realize what the fuck is happening. You tripped out your damn head, man. Talking about some melanated people. Nah, my man. Nah, my man. Nah, my man. I'm not respecting that shit, my man. You trying to throw money at a motherfucking shit. Oh, we're gonna have $5,000 a month forever. What? Who are you gonna get to sign off on that shit, man? You think that you can walk? Boy, man, you think you can walk up into that monster without becoming the monster? You are, that's what I said to him. I said, you actually think that you're going to change? That's a monster. That's a full-blown monster, my brother. You think you're going to wrangle that monster? Are you stupid? What are you, stupid ass? You must be a full-blown dumbass. It's going to eat your ass alive before you get to changing it. You ain't changing shit. It's not designed to be changed. They designed it that way. You certainly didn't tell nobody how to get back to a land patent. You better watch out who's teaching you. You better watch out who's leading you. You hear me? You hear me? We don't need to be part of their system. We need to get the fuck away from their system. Why ain't he talking about that? And I'm going to tell you something about that land that he bought them people. If my land patent lands on that, you got to go. Boss. If somebody goes, one of these melanated people, like them people did in California, they found they jaunts. If they patent fall on your shit, you gotta go. He ain't tell you that shit, did he? He ain't tell you a whole lot of shit. He gonna try to get you to subscribe to the social credit system. That's what I'm saying. You gotta be careful, man. Be careful, man. Be careful. These people is hunting your soul. These are soul hunters, bro. These are soul hunters. They want your name, man. They want it. With that, man, I'm gonna leave y'all be, man. I appreciate y'all coming in this evening. Tomorrow we're gonna do a 7 o'clock stream. Come in and talk to the people. I appreciate everybody that came in and joined us on the stream tonight. Go follow the Discord. That's where we're gonna really be able to. I'm gonna be dropping more videos on there, things that I'm not dropping on the other platforms. But yeah, and we're gonna be doing live streams on there, live debates on there. I'm gonna be doing different topics because on the Discord, when I'm talking, I can put the receipt in the joint, like how y'all are talking right here. I can put a receipt in the joint, and you can put a receipt in the chat. You can put a full-blown receipt in the chat. You see what I'm saying? Like I want to be able to do that. Right now, can somebody, while we're on here, can you put a receipt in the chat? because I couldn't put a receipt in the chat. I tried. So yeah, on the Discord when we're talking, and I start doing the studies and stuff like that, and like the Emerald tablets, all that. While I'm talking, I can put the tablet right there up in the Joan. I can put the actual page that I'm on right there. You know what I mean? So these different platforms, if YouTube had that, then I would stick around on here and show the Jones, but I can't. So I can do, you know, this. Plus we have the live debates over there. I'm on Streamlabs. I'm sure they're hooked to some of the platforms on here where I can bring up people, and we're going to be doing that too. But some of the more private Jones are and more deeper discussions and deeper dives are going to be in the Discord. So y'all go follow that Discord. You got to be a member on my Patreon first, though. Go to my Patreon. $5, man. $5, man. You're gonna get so much knowledge, man, and so much information. It's gonna literally. We got PDFs on there. I can't drop no PDF on here. So the books that I be talking about, I got the PDFs on there. You can just upload them right from my John. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a way better situation. You know what I mean? It's more informative for people, and it's a way better way for us to go ahead and push the consciousness back out there, and really get the truth back on the planet. Remember, the truth is the fastest vibration on the planet. The truth is faster than a lie. Before we end the live streams, I want to pay divine honors to the universe, divine honors to the sun, right? Gives us our power. Use the sun, harness the sun's power back to this planet through you. You can do that. You just don't want. They're never going to teach you that. You think they're ever going to teach you that? Divine honors to our ancestors, of course, for leaving all of a plethora. Listen, a plethora of information and light beings, you and me, people like ourselves, on this planet, with the activation to be able to get it back out to our people, so the consciousness can grow among people again. And divine honors to, of course, our planet, right? You drinking coffee? You like coffee? Yeah, you could thank the planet. Your Dunkins, Dunkin' Donuts. You love running for that Dunkins, don't you? Thank the planet. Sitting in a chair right now is wood. Thank the planet. You like gold? Thank the planet. You like oil? Thank the planet. You got gas in your car? Thank the planet. Huh? If you don't, I will. Thank you to the planet. Thank you to our beautiful planet. Gotta pay homage to everything we created. This is our creations. You gotta see it like that. Our creation has given us life. We created the sun. We created this. Your heritage is actually not a landmass. It's all land masses. Your heritage is the cosmos, the stars. That's your heritage. And as always, I'll see y'all tomorrow night on the stream. Peace to the gods and the goddess of our universe.